In this episode, we take the hunt for forgotten 80s fantasy toys online. So, stick around. Hello, weary travelers of the World Wide Web, and welcome to Internauts Go! My name is Rob, and in this episode, we'll be heading over to eBay to check out some forgotten 80s fantasy toys. Now, this is the companion episode, if you will, that goes along with the Plastic Ghosts episode that aired earlier this week. So if you want a little bit more of an in-depth look at some of these toys, head over there and check out that episode. Anyway, this portion of the series, if you will, is heading online and checking out what kind of footprint these forgotten toys have left on the online marketplace. I hate to admit this, and it always seems that I begin the episode like this, where I feel like I have to put the disclaimer on that no matter if a toy is belovedly remembered or just outcast and forgotten, online sellers will see that it comes from the 80s and just attach an astronomically high price tag to it. It's a crazy fact, and I kind of understand because in the big scheme of things, these are vintage, I guess, at this point, which is sad to admit. But come on, if people don't really like it or care about it, are you really going to get the price that you want? So don't try so hard. Give some of us a shot that are just dorks and want these toys in their collection just for the heck of it. Anyway, with that out of the way, that sound is telling me that we are fueled up and ready to head into the interwebs. So please make your way to your seats, buckle up, and prepare for the journey. Our first destination will be looking for Treasures of the Temple toys. Now, these were released in 1985 and sold exclusively in James Way stores, but they were manufactured by Aglo Toys. Now, I think I said in the episode that there are a lot of toys that begin with Treasures of the. That kind of all came around the same time period. So I'm sure we will get a couple hits from some of those, but let me type in these coordinates and let's head there. Okay, we are at Treasures of the Temple. Plain and simple. And it seems that our first hit is actually one of them, because it is die-cast figure. And that's one of the unique features of this action figure line, was that they were die-cast. And I made mention in the episode that I've never had a die-cast action figure before, so the thought just really intrigues me. So our first listing here is a buy it now for $20.99. And let's take a closer look at this character. Thunder Prince, I believe his name is, but as we can see, he doesn't come with any gear. And he's heavily tanned, so good for him. Kind of has a Flash Gordon type of headpiece going on with the blonde hair poking out. Let's see here. Whoa, whoa. Here, it looks about 3.5, 3.25 inches, so it's about G.I. Joe's size, but made like a He-Man figure. Just very interesting. Like I said, the whole die-cast action figure thing just really intrigues me. I mean, these seams are pretty rough, and look at the big holes in the bottom, I guess, to have them stand on pegs of some sort. $20.99 for a figure with no accessories could be pretty good. Now here we have two of them, 0 bids with 1 day left, $4.15 shipping, so about $70 if no one else bids on it. And it looks like it's ending this Sunday. But here's two figures. Ooh, the one is one that really caught my attention when I did the episode. This bear-looking dude. And look, he comes with his accessories. And this knight guy. Very cool. Paint looks pretty good on him. Comes with his accessories as well. Now these are just splendid looking figures. Comes with their accessories. Maybe 70 bucks isn't that crazy. I mean, to me it is, because I wouldn't pay that, but that's, I mean, somewhat realistic because of how good they look, because die-cast figures can get the crap beat out of them very easily. Now here's one in the package for $84. And it looks like it's the night guy. Let's get a close-up here, please. Hover to zoom, I shall. And, looks like there's some damage here where his weapon should be. I wonder if he lost his weapon. Now, to be mint on package is pretty cool, but look at this package. Has a big rip in it. Looks like he's missing his accessory out of the package itself. 80 bucks? No thanks. If I'm going to spend that money, I'm going to get those two loose figures that we just looked at. So we got a couple books. Wow, I didn't know this existed. Here is Treasures of the Temple Sword and Shield Axe Cosplay. Back in the day, they would call them role-playing toys, but cosplay, that's a stretch. So it's from Greece, and it'll be, what, 80 bucks altogether. But on the package, let's take a look at it up close. Because that's He-Man's sword. This battle axe I've seen in a lot of role-play toys at that time period. And the shield is kind of interesting. Sorry, it hopped there. Looks like it's a sphinx. It has like a lion head with a Egyptian type headdress on and a necklace. Interesting. What kind of pictures does it show here? It shows that it was made by Plagon Plast, I guess in Greece. Oh, look at the picture. Right there's like a Egyptian fellow. I dig it. 80 bucks though. I mean, if you're really into that kind of thing with mint on package. Oh, here we got another 2-pack. I can tell now that it's missing accessories for $115. I mean, where did you come about that price at? That's what really interests me. I want to know how these sellers pick their prices. I mean, it's from the US. Oh, and it's that dude. I liked him too with what I was seeing in our first episode. And the night guy. They're both missing their weapons. He at least has his, battle harness on. He's missing his, but he's a knight. He really doesn't need it. But 115 bucks, that just seems cuckoo to me. There we go. Here's a single. This is one of the other toys we'll talk about in the future, but he goes for about 36 bucks. Here we have mint on package for 160 with 168 with shipping. 85 for that dragon looking dude. Here's 124, another mint on package. Here's some of the other, that other toy I was mentioning that we will talk about in the future. Got some RPG books, that's pretty cool. Doesn't look like we're going to get any more of the action figures. So, with that being said, let's head on to our next destination. Now this one, I had a hard time finding a lot of info on it because of the name Thor in it. But these are Thor Lords, released by Creata International in 1983. And like I said, just with the name Thor and with the popularity of the Marvel character at this time, very hard to nail down the toy line that I'm searching for. So we'll look up Thor Lords. Put in 1983 maybe, and see what we get. So, there we go. We have Thor comics, Beta Ray Bill, heck yeah. Out the yin yang. Spider-Man. What's that got to do with Thor? Here we have a Star-Lord figure from Thor Love and Thunder. $36.40 out of package. This is a new figure. You could probably still find that on a shelf at Walmart somewhere. Oh look, here's a bunch of heads. We're selling a bunch of heads, anywhere from $3 to $21 with $6 shipping. Thor's helmet. I think just with the unfortunate circumstance of the name, this is a forgotten toy on eBay. I mean, there might be some kicking around, but without more specific title, maybe we'll look up we'll take the year out of it and put the Creata International. We'll just put Creata and see what happens. Stupid Star-Lord figures. Bunch of Thor figures, Thor comics. Sorry, Thor Lords. You are an awesome pullback release toy with some really awesome old school D&D aesthetics. I really wished I could have found some. But they seem, because of their almost generic nature, that they're something that you just stumble upon. But believe me, I would love to stumble upon some of them because they're really cool. So, wow. I don't know if that's ever happened to us before, so I guess we'll just head to the next destination. Okay, Battle of Right. An Optimus Prime Battle Rig Blaster comes up. What the heck? Let's try that again. Battle. Hello. Come on, ship computer. You're getting... We must have hit some magnetic disturbance or something that the onboard computer is messing up. Battle of Right. Battle of Right. A bunch of books. And I don't like this layout. I like the list view. So, book, 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 book. Here we go. Battle of Right. Bootleg He-Man Masters of the Universe action figures like Sun Gold or Remco. Being sold from the United Kingdom for the whopping price of... Come on, let's pull it up here. $739.29 US. With $24.64 Royal Mail shipping. Okay. As we can see, these figures a little bit more up close than what I was able to do in the original episode. Right there's the rooted hair that we talked about, and the really big Gonzo, not to be confused with the Muppets, but just Gonzo crazy oversized head sculpts. I mean, there we get our slim and trim Masters of the Universe bodies with these huge bulbous heads. So we have like a angry frog dude with blue hair. And I'm assuming this is the dog character. So they seem a little bit beat up. Stickers peeling off, some paint coming off the noses. Oh, I'm sorry, the frog doesn't have a nose. The dog does, though. But, Jesus. Almost over $750 for two beat-up knockoff toys. And I hate using that word, but let's be real here. No thanks. Let's see if there's any other. Oh, here's an armless He-Man for $8 with almost $6 shipping. Get out of here. Here's the Battle Bones, just a leg. Give me just a drumstick of that dinosaur. Books that are from all over the place. And that's it. So, a forgotten toy with one listing that is just downright crazy expensive. Anyway, let's head to our next destination. Our next destination is Dino Fighters, released by Simba Toys sometime in the late 80s. That's pretty much all the info I can find. Now, Dino Fighter is, again, a very popular search term for different toys and things. So hopefully adding Simba to the search will help. So let's see here. Now this says it's from 1990, and I know some of the European releases of it were in the early 90s, but either way, it's a forgotten fantasy toy. So we have Just a Shield, a nondescript shield from the Netherlands, $25, free shipping. Ooh, Ray Dominator. Remember talking about this character in the episode? Kind of like a Triceratops looking guy, if I remember correctly. Or whatever that type of dinosaur is, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm getting some weird, there we go. Ooh, a lot of paint messed up on the horn there. I mean, nondescript one color body. And they want US $87.01 with shipping of $40. Where is it coming from exactly? La Posta, France. Ooh, here we have one mint in package. Couple of them, with the price tag of $261.35 with $41 shipping from the Netherlands. Here we have Ray Dominator again, and this is Dino Hero. Let's take a look at Dino Hero, shall we? Since we just took a look at Ray before. Now this dude has one of the most messed up face sculpts I have seen. Look at this. Kind of like a Medusa dude. But that green is so just man-at-arms. I love that package artwork. I dig it so much. But, dude, almost over $300. I mean, are there that much of fans out there? Look at this one. Mint on card from Canada. $35 with $25 shipping. So 60-ish, a little bit over, dollars. And this is for the other human-esque character. I love his, his ram-headed cow. Awesome, like, hook axe. That could do some damage. But yeah, I mean, around $60 for that. Mint on package. I mean, I ain't hating compared to the $300. Here's some other forgotten toys. Extreme Dinosaurs. But I don't know if we'll have any more Dino Fighters in the mix. Ooh, Troll Fighters. They look glow in the dark. Love that color. Here's Dino Hero. $110 for this. Not as impressive out of the package, I would say. But $110, really? Is that, ooh, face sculpt. Can't tell if it's bad airbrushing or if there's paint scraped off some of them snakes. That lazy eye, man. Whew. I know you live in prehistoric times, but you should get that looked at. Ninja fighter weapons. I think our luck has run out. I don't think we have any more Dino Fighters. But Simba apparently made other dinosaur toys, so that's cool to know. Anyway, let's head to our last destination. Our last destination is Fantastic Stars. And believe me, out of pretty much everything we've looked at in the Plastic Ghosts episode and Plastic Ghosts in general, this one I think is probably the most blatant inspired toy line, to use my... Here we got Fantastic Stars and action figures. Interesting. Let's see what we get here. From Portugal, so I think I mentioned that I thought it was Portuguese. Here we have the Merman inspired character. As you can see. But everything is molded on there. Comes with a cool trident. But he is going for, let's round it up, 250, 40, so 290-ish for a mint. That's a pretty good looking card too. Here's the back of the package. I forget if I shared this in the episode. I mean, full disclosure, I'm filming these a couple weeks apart just due to different hiccups here and there. But, I mean, even the back of the packaging is very much inspired. But look, there's Trapjaw, Manny Faces, a couple interesting creations, Triclops, Beastman, Merman, there's another Beastman, Spector. Oh yeah, he's the Skeletor character. Here we have Strong, Belloc, and then Bellicose, which is Stratos. Oh, look, here's two at the top. Durga, which is Tila. Z-Man, which is He-Man with a cool headdress or something on. So, I give it props for being very interesting. Here we have that Mechanic-esque type of character, but it's going for $61.60 with $26.90 shipping from the UK. Here's Z-Man without his cool headdress for $218. Jesus. That Man-at-Arms-esque character, so $61.60 with $26.90 from the UK again. Here's the Manny Faces character, same price, all coming from the same seller in the UK. But I'm really curious, does he have the same kind of feature? Or at least a subtle attempt at it? Come on. Yeah, we must have really flew into a magnetic storm here. There we go. Computer doesn't usually act up this bad on our trips. So, you gotta love it, man. Looks like they have the human face, but they gave him some awesome sunglasses. He looks more like Paul Shear from Dave Letterman's band. If he was all roided out. We have $218 for this one from Spain. Wow, the prices are crazy. You can get a Star Wars prune face in the bag from 1983 for cheaper than Fantastic Stars. What does that say? Whew. Most expensive so far, so $577. Wow. That might be it. Oh, Star Wars Vision figures. There's that turbulence I was talking about, if you can hear that outside your windows on the ship. But anyway, since we are heading into another magnetic storm, I'm going to end it there. And it blows my mind, these prices. Are there really people clamoring for some of these toys enough to spend close to $1,000? Over $500? It just seems crazy to me. Again, just being a fan of the 80s and a toy collector and wanting little bits of that nostalgia, I would definitely purchase some of these really interesting, inspired toy lines. But not for these prices. That's crazy. If they were $10, probably. Over that, definitely not. But that's just me. Maybe there are collectors out there. And if there are, that's awesome, because all toy lines need fans, and all toy lines have someone out there that remembers them so fondly that they will drop this kind of money on it. Potentially. Other than that, I just think it's crazy scalpers. Is that a term you would use in this instance? Just crazy resellers just wanting every red cent that they can get from everybody. Anyway. Interesting hunt. Disappointed in some of the prices, as usual. But, yeah, and just really interesting that some of these just no footprint at all. Or very minimal. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending, like over here or down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.